What's going on, everybody? Coach Pat here, bringing you the energy through health and fitness. I know it's a different video today than the workout videos we're used to, but this is something along the lines, it's, within the same realm of health and fitness, because this is a critical question for a lot of you out there, especially if you're just starting out. What is the best workout shoe for me to get? Where do I go? What's the brand that I go with? What's the pricing that I should look for? What's, this compared to that? All the questions that you have about workout shoes. I'm gonna give you my thoughts and my opinions, and I'm gonna show you some of the things that I have and show you what I use them for to hopefully give you some insight on what to look for when you're going for the shoe or the shoes, if you like shoes like me, that you need to get in order for you to optimize your training, all right? So without further ado, let's get into this video for today. Quick disclaimer, I am a Nike boy down to the bone, all right? I know a lot of people, you have mixed emotions about Nike. Some of you love Nike, some of you don't really care for Nike. You talk about all these other brands. I feel you, I understand you, I get it, but I am a Nike boy to the bone, all right? Ever since I was young, I've had a pair of Nikes on my feet. I've dabbled in the other brands, but somehow, some way, I always come back to Nike, man. You see, I got the Nike right here on the shirt. The hat right here is a Nike hat as well. I am a Nike boy, all right? So we are gonna go ahead and get into all the Nike shoes that I have, all right? So if you have any other brands that you think are just as good or even better than some of the shoes I'm getting ready to show you, let me know in the comments below, because I need to start trying different brands. I've dabbled in the Adidas and Under Armour and things like that, but I'd love to know, what is your version of a great workout shoe? First shoe I'm going to show you guys, a great all-purpose shoe in my opinion. We're going with our Nike Super Rep 3 Go Next Nature Flyknit. All right, I know it's a mouthful to say, but this is our Super Rep 3 Goes here. I got them in two separate colors. All right, when you're talking about the look of the shoe, if you're like me, I like shoes with a whole bunch of different colors and things like that, which is why I got these pairs. They're not too wild in my opinion, but just enough for people to kind of look and be like, yo, what are those on your feet? You know what I mean? So these are great all-purpose shoes right here. When you look at it, it's a very lightweight shoe, low-cut shoe, of course. All right, you got the rigid bottoms here. All right, very sturdy shoe in my opinion. All right, so if you're doing HIIT workouts, if you're doing cross-training workouts, this is a good workout shoe for you to go out and get. And as far as the cost, when you look at all the other Nike shoes out there, they can get pretty pricey. This one right here, only $100. And I actually think if you go and look on Nike.com right now, you can go on there and find some of these pairs for 20% off, 50% off, whatever they have their sales for. And I actually got both of these pairs for about $70 something. So if you're looking for something that looks cool and is a good workout shoe, something that's not gonna break up on you even though you spent all that money on it, this is a good shoe to use. I've actually worn these quite a bit since I've had them. I've had these for I'd say about a month or so, maybe a little less than a month, and I've worn the heck out of these. If you looked at some of my workout videos, I've worn both of these pairs here. Love these pairs. All-purpose shoe, $100 or less depending on the color that you get. Once again, this is the Nike Super Rep Go 3 Next Nature Flyknit. And I'll make sure to leave a link to these in the description so you can go ahead and check these out for yourself, all right? So this is the first shoe on the list. All purpose, a little bit of everything, all right? Going into our second shoe, this shoe I have strictly used for HIIT sessions only. Haven't worn them in a while, but it is a great HIIT workout shoe in my opinion. We're going with our Nike Air Zoom Super Rep 2s. Now this is an older pair of the Super Reps, so the pair I just showed you was the Super Rep 3s, and they've gone on to more improved Super Reps. So you might be having a difficult time finding a pair of these, especially if you like these. All right, but these are a great HIIT workout shoe. One thing I do want to point out about this shoe, even though it looks like it's a big Body shoe, all right, it's actually very, very narrow. So those of you who have a wide foot, getting something like this or getting a shoe like this, you want to make sure that you get something maybe a half size up or maybe a full size up depending on the size of your foot. But these right here cost about $120 at the time. I think you can get these a little cheaper if you find them, but $120 at the time, probably can get them $100 or less right now. One thing I do want to point out about this shoe is this platform right here, which a lot of the super reps have. This platform right here, if you're doing a lot of lateral movement, you have a little bit more traction and a little bit more connection with the floor when you're doing your lateral movement. So imagine you're doing like a lateral lunge, or you're doing something where you're doing like a skater going side to side. This right here kind of minimizes the chances of any type of rolling of the ankles or anything like that, and you have more control to the floor, just like I said. Great shoe for you to get if you find these. I highly recommend you try them out, especially if you're looking for a shoe specifically for HIIT training. I haven't used this shoe for any other type of training, so I wouldn't know if it's good for your basic workouts or anything like that, but I'd imagine that this shoe, just like it says, is perfect for your HIIT workout settings, all right? So Nike Super Rep 2 Air Zoom, dope shoe. And on to our next shoe. This shoe is specifically for running and outdoor activities, at least for me. And we have our Nike Pegasus right here, all right? Now, I want you to look at the difference between a running shoe such as this versus a HIIT style, HIIT training type of shoe. All right, notice how narrow the shoe is, and notice how the support on this shoe is very minimal, I guess you can say. Not in a bad way. When you're running, you don't want to have a shoe that feels like a cast or a boot or a boat on your feet. That can lead to a whole bunch of different problems. When you're running, those of you who run, you know the deal, all right? Based on whatever brand that you use, you want to make sure that you have a shoe that's flexible, that's comfortable, of course. And if you're like me, you want to have something that looks cool too. These, at the time that I bought these, I think these were $120. You probably could find these a little cheaper. They have a whole bunch of different colorways and silhouettes, as people like to call them, that you can get these in. So based on the style that you get, based on the collaboration style that you get and things like that, you may find these more or just about the same or cheaper than the 120 price point right here. But these are probably one of my favorite running shoes of all time right here. Just a great shoe to have. So if you're looking for a running shoe, you want to get out there, start running, this is a shoe to look at, to go to the outlet store, to Foot Locker, wherever they have these at, and you try these on just to see how they feel. All right, you'll feel like a Pegasus for real. Nike Pegasus right here. Check these out. Now, getting into the holy grail of workout shoes. Those of you who have worked out for a while, you've been involved in HIIT training, you've been involved in training in general for a long time, you've heard about these, maybe you own a pair of these, but these are the holy grail for me of all time. Like, they're probably the best workout shoe I've ever had, and I've worn a lot of workout shoes, but we're going with our Nike Metcons. Those of you who have trained, like I said, you know all about the Metcons. In my hand on this side, we have the Metcon 7s, are in the orange colorway there. And then in my right hand here, we have our Nike Metcon 5s, that little construction worker colorway right here. I think these are actually called the UTP, if I'm not mistaken. All right, I could be wrong. All right, but these are definitely Metcon 5s. These are literally all-purpose shoes. HIIT workouts, great for them. If you're jumping around, it's great for that. If you're doing weightlifting, it's great for that. These are just solid all-around workout shoes, and I can't explain them enough, man. I love these shoes. And anybody who's been training for a while will bring up the Metcons in some way, shape, or form. It might not be these exact ones, but whether it's the 5s, the 6s, the 7s, the 8s just came out not too long ago, these are the go-to shoe. Ran these into the floor. Still looking pretty good. Point out the bottom right here. All right, so if you look at the bottom, it's kind of a triangular shape there. So it starts out wide at the toes and then comes in narrow back towards the heel here. And it's very, very flat. So if you look at the bottom, see if I can get this, is very, very flat. So there's not too many ridges here. So if you're doing squats, if you're doing something that requires your feet to be planted on the floor, a lunge, anything like that, these work great for it. Show you this one on this side. Not a whole bunch of ridges here, which is great. All right, and the bottom is really, really hard. It's really, really hard on the bottom right here, which, gives you more sturdiness when you're doing your workout. So someone like me, when it comes to my training style, I don't just do weightlifting. I don't just do one particular style of training, very hybrid-like when it comes to the style that I like to do. So having a shoe like this to where if I wanted to just go in and lift some weights, I can wear these. And if I wanted to do some HIIT training, I can wear them again. So based on what you like to do, I think with these, it doesn't really matter. These are the shoes that I think everybody should have, okay? The price point on both of these, I think at the time, about $120 for this pair, and I think $140 for this pair, just because at the time it was like a special colorway, but now you can find some of these pairs a little cheaper, a little bit more based on the colorway that you get. But the Nike Metcon of any fashion, of any form, of any type of style are the way to go once it comes to shoes. And that right there is all the training shoes that I would recommend to anybody out there, especially if you're just starting out in your fitness journey, if you're just starting out and you don't know where to go, what to buy, Nike is a good spot to go. Those of you who have different opinions, if you have different options, where else do we go? Do we go with the Reebok and we go with the Nanos? I know Reebok Nano is a holy grail for a lot of people out there as well. Some people have some shoes in the Adidas and Under Armour side of things that they go to all the time. What is the go-to workout shoe for you? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this where we're talking about shoes and we're talking about different things, nutrition and all that, let me know in the comments below as well. Tell me, Pat, I want to see more of these videos. All right, and I'll make sure to get you guys some more videos, man. But make sure you guys tap in next week with the workout videos. You know we live every single week, 3 times per week. Make sure you're ready to get your sweat on. Make sure you follow me on IG, you follow me on TikTok, and you make sure you subscribe to this channel. All right, I know a lot of you watch these videos and you don't subscribe, so make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you like the video. All of that goes a long way, believe it or not. But outside of that, continue to crush it, continue to kill it, and most importantly, continue to be yourself, because that's the only way that we succeed. Okay, Coach Pat here. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next video, all right? Let's go.